friends, welcome back to my channel. So today it's going to be another talking video, which I love the most, and honestly I feel like that's what's mostly going to be on my channel. I do love beauty, fashion, fitness, all those things, and I definitely will be incorporating them into my channel going forward, but the talking videos are like what made me fall in love with YouTube in the first place, and I really love being able to watch a video and connect with people on a different level, if that makes any sense. So I will be doing a lot more of these. So today's video, I kind of wanted to talk on the topic of living your dream life. So a few months ago, I did a video on living your best life and kind of showing you guys and sharing with you the tips on how I go about living my best life. And honestly, I've been on such a journey to live my best life and living my dream life, and really realizing that I'm able to do whatever I want and live the life that I want, and I don't have to live a life that I don't want. And that's honestly been a big part of my life recently, just focusing on the positive things, manifesting what I want to happen. And I don't know, I feel like I wish everyone could live that life, and I wish everyone could realize that they have the potential to live their best life. And so that's why I'm sharing this video with you guys today, I guess. So to start off, I'll basically say that I've been reading this book called You Are a Badass by Jen Cicero, I believe, and that has been really a motivational book for me, and I've actually gotten a lot of ideas out of that book on how to go about living my best life. And one of the main points that really stuck out to me in the book, I'm still currently reading it, but one thing that like just shouted out to me when I was reading it and while I've been reading it is the idea that everything that you want in life already exists. And like, that seems like such a simple concept, but I never thought of it in that way before, and it's so accurate, and actually for me it's like so comforting. So to get like more into it, I guess, it's just the idea that the money that you want to make, it already exists in the world. It's already here. It's not something that you're going to be creating. It's already out there. The friends that you want to make, they already are alive. The position that you want to get, the dream position that you want to work, it's there. Like, the world is such a big place, and everything that we want and we desire is pretty much almost there. And if it isn't, you can create it. For example, like a business. Say your desire is to build a business. Like, the tools already exist in the world for you to create that business, and you totally can. There's enough money in the world to go around. There's enough money to fund your company, and you can find it. It's there. You just have to take it, pretty much, and you just have to access it. It's really easy to think that like what you want can't be had, or like what you want isn't there and you have to like find a way to create it, but that's not always necessarily true. Like, when you sit down and think about it, there's an abundance of things in this universe. Like, there are so many people in this world, and there are so many jobs, there's so much money, there's so many things out there, and there's never too crowded of a space. Honestly, like, I hate when people say, oh, that space is too crowded. Like, yeah, that's true. There are certain spaces, like especially with technology and companies and such like that, that a lot of people are trying to break into that market, and a lot of people are trying to create the same sorts of things. But that's fine, as long as what you're creating is important to you and is good and is a product or an idea or whatever that somebody can use and that's actually beneficial. Like, it doesn't matter, create it. Who cares about a crowded space? Like, if that's what makes you happy and that's what you're passionate about and that's what you're interested in, like, the world is so big, there will be somebody out there that's interested in what you have to offer. Like, it's really crazy to me, and I'm like getting so like worked up about this idea because when I read that, I was just thinking like, wow, like, it's so true. Like, for example, I've always been really financially stressed and anxious my whole life. I just always was worried, like, how am I gonna make the level of money that I want, I guess, to survive? Well, actually not survive, to live the lifestyle I want. Like, I'll be really, really honest, I've always had an idea of like a more luxurious lifestyle, like not anything ridiculous, but I always just felt like, you know, hey, if I want to like buy this new dress or buy these new clothes, like, I feel like I should be able to. Like, I shouldn't have to feel guilty about wanting things that I like, that make me happy. And yet I always did have that guilt and that anxiety behind it, just because, you know, the society that we live in and the importance that's placed on money and, you know, so on and so forth. And, you know, a lot of people who are just middle class or lower middle class or lower class can't access the same lifestyle that people who are, you know, upper class can access. And for me, it always felt like, wow, I have to be like really careful and really particular about money, because basically if I want to live a great lifestyle when I'm older and when I have, you know, a family, or just even if I don't have a family and it's just me and I want to travel and I want to do different things, have a nice home, like, I have to have the money for that. And that always created a big anxiety in me. And like, reading this in the book just reminded me, like, it already exists. The money that I want to make is there and I can make it. I just have to make it happen and I just have to take the steps to get there. Oh my gosh, my hair is like giving me a headache right now. Sorry guys. And like, I don't know, that concept was so comforting for me, and it really actually has helped me on this journey to kind of live my best life, because I'm just thinking like, wow, like I really can do whatever I want, and some of the goals and dreams that I have are really not even that out of this world. Like everything that I want is doable and it's accessible. I just have to get there, and that makes me feel so much better. Like if I could go back in time and tell my like teenager kid self, like, you realize that you can get there. It's just about putting the work in, and obviously, you know, it takes time and meeting people and getting certain education and so on and so forth. There's different parameters depending on what your goals and your dreams are, obviously, but like just to know that like you actually can do it. Like anyone that you look up to or admire, like probably have the same thoughts as you at some point, and they are where you want to be. Like, so you can get there. Like what makes you different than that person? Maybe they had money growing up and their family came from money. Okay, so at the end of the day, you can get that same money. You might have not started with it, but if you work hard enough, you can get that money that they have. You can get that experience that they have. It might be twice the work for you, but you can get it. You can get there. So I don't know, it's just like a really inspiring concept for me. So yeah, basically that's like the first thing I really wanted to like stress to people. Like, don't let saturation or crowded spaces like deter you from doing what you want to do. Like, yes, there are a million actors, there are a million actresses, there are a million business people, there are a million of everything. That doesn't mean you can't be one of those and you can't be successful in it. As long as you figure out what you have, what you have to offer, and as long as you're passionate about it, I feel like you put in the work, you can get there. Like that's just, I don't know, that's just my opinion. So another kind of finding I've had in this journey to be my best self, live my best life, kind of build my dream life from the ground up essentially, is the way that we allow fear to hold us back, and to realize that it's okay to be afraid. Things are scary, change especially, just as human beings we're built to be afraid of change and things that are new and different and scary essentially, and that's all right. But if you let that hold you back, you'll never get to where you want to be, and it's actually really easy to subconsciously like that hold you back too. A really big part of this is actually family and friends and people that you have in your life. And when you go to like tell them, hey, I have this whole new great idea that I want to do, or this business that I want to start, or this place I want to move to, or whatever, and they kind of like tell you, okay, but like you're already in a good place, do you really want to take that leap? Like, do you really want to risk what you have? And although they love you and they care about you, and that's most likely where it's coming from and why they're saying those kinds of like almost negative ideas to you, they actually are subconsciously giving you fear-based like responses. So for example, I will give an example of my personal life. Recently I've been thinking about making some changes and doing something really big, and I've been telling my family and friends about this, and a lot of the responses are kind of like, oh, but this is so good, what you have is so great right now, why would you ever want to, you know, think about changing that? And I was getting so anxious, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's true, like, you know, if things are good, why change anything? But that's such a silly way to think of things, and that honestly comes, when they are giving those suggestions, that comes from the fear that they have for you. They don't want you to be in a bad situation, of course, innately. So for them, that's their automatic reaction. Like, you know, if you have something really good, why uproot that? Why change that? And that is a good point. But at the end of the day, if you don't take a risk, you'll never get to where you want to get. And honestly, it's important to think about like the worst things that could happen in a situation. Like, for example, if you start a business, what is the worst thing that could happen if you take this leap and start this new business? You could lose money. It's probably one of the worst things that could happen. You could, you know, the business could go under. The business could not reach the audience that you wanted to reach. Like, these ideas are actually not like life-threatening ideas. Like, if you do lose money on an idea that you tried, hey, at the end of the day, you lose money, you can get that money back. You know, you can get a side job, you can get a different job, you can what have you can eventually get that money back. This is not by any means to say be stupid and willy-nilly and just go out on, you know, a limb with every idea that you ever have. Of course not, no. Like, you want to take steps and, you know, plan things and be smart about things, but at the end of the day, you really have to think about, are these risks actually life-threatening risks? Or is it just scary to me because it's different and, you know, I'm just afraid, honestly. And so I think, like, for me, once I started not letting fear hold me back and realizing that that's your natural reaction, to be afraid and to be scared of something that's new and different, and even just primitively we are programmed to kind of have like a response. So like if there's a danger or if there's a threat, primitively we are programmed to be afraid of that. We're supposed to stay away from dangerous situations. That's literally how we're programmed, for good reason. Evolutionarily, is that the word? But like through evolution, like that is a good thing. We stay away from things that are dangerous and scary. But the bad part about it can be when you start to assign danger and threats to situations that are actually not life-threatening or actually not innately dangerous. So just like, so people don't take this the wrong way, if you were going to do something and go out on a limb and change your life, definitely make smart decisions, definitely have a backup plan, definitely have savings or whatever to, you know, support that idea or that dream or whatever. But at the end of the day, I feel like if it's not a life-threatening situation or a dangerous situation or going to hurt others or hurt yourself, and it's something that you want to do it. Like, as simple as I can say it, like, do it. So another important idea in this kind of journey to creating your dream life and being your best self, being the best version of yourself, I guess you can say, is to just realize that you deserve whatever you want. And that's not like an ego thing or a conceited thing. Like, I'm not saying I'm the best person in the entire universe and I deserve everything. No, but I am a good person and I do my best to be a good person. And as long as you're doing good things and trying your best and being your best self and putting good out there for others, I feel like you really do deserve what you want. And I feel like no dream is too big. Like, honestly, and no dream is too small too. Like, your dream could be something as simple as owning a home. That's fine. That's a great dream for you. If that's what you want in your life, you deserve that. As long as you're a good person, I genuinely believe you deserve what it is that you want and what you're passionate about and what you're searching for, essentially. Especially when you're creating your dream life, like, it's really important to realize, like, what you want, you deserve. If you don't have that idea in your head, you think that you don't deserve it, you're not gonna get it. That's just the end of the story. Having any negative energy attached to what you want, it's not gonna manifest. I talked about this a little bit in my other video, kind of the law of attraction and how it kind of keeps things away from you if you have these negative ideas and negative thoughts. And I honestly 100% believe it's true. Not until I started believing that I deserved things and that I wanted, did I actually start getting things that I wanted. Like, honestly, once I got rid of all those negative energies and negative ideas about myself, oh my gosh, you're such a bad person because this, that, and the other. Like, and I really realized, like, I am a good person. I try my best and my hardest to help others. I try my best to, you know, be the best support I can to my friends, to my family. I try to put positive energy out there in the universe. I never try to hurt anyone or, you know, put any negative energy upon anyone else. Like, I am a good person and I do deserve that. Like, honestly, if you're not a good person, like, then you really don't deserve it. And I, you know, would hope you won't get it. If you go out of your way to make people unhappy or to put negative energy out there into the universe, you know, like, there is something you gotta work on there, and that's just not okay. So yeah, you deserve what it is you want. If you're a good person and you do your best to be a good person, you deserve what you want. And if you were a bad person and now you're trying to be a good person, or even if you were a lost person or a depressed person, or what have you, insert adjective here. Like, if you were that in the past, but now you're trying to change and become better, you deserve what it is you want. I don't know, I just think it's really important to realize you deserve what you want, and that's the only way to get it. Only you are going to give yourself what you want. Like, do not search externally. Like, do not try to find what you want from other people and just kind of assume that people are gonna give you what you want. Like, for example, if you're working at a job and you just assume they're just going to give you a raise just because you're a nice person or a good person, it's not gonna happen like that. Like, you have to get what you have to take what you want, essentially, and you have to realize your worth and realize that what you want, you deserve. It's kind of a step in getting what you want, essentially, and creating the life that you want. And I think it's like a really important step. Oh my god, my hair is like getting like all crazy right now because I'm like getting so passionate and fired up. But like, seriously though, like, it's a really important step, realizing you deserve what you want and not letting yourself believe like, oh, you're not a good person, you're not this, you're not that. Like, I used to think all these ideas, oh, I'm not a good person, blah, 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 and I'm like, you know, less than stellar, I'm like worthless, whatever all these thoughts I used to have when I was like younger, it's like actually so ridiculous because I am a good person, I would say. Like, not to be like conceited or whatever, but I do try my best in everything that I do, especially now. I'm really focused on not putting negative energies out there. I'm really focused on helping others, and I feel like I do deserve what I want in this life. You have this one life, and like, this is my chance to create my dream life. No one else is gonna give that to me, and I think it's really important to kind of recognize that. And so lastly, I think it's really important also to realize that, like, when you are trying to go about changing your life and becoming a different person and becoming a positive and happier person and just the best version of yourself, a lot of people might not actually understand that journey and not understand like where you're coming from. And like, honestly, a lot of people look at these kinds of ideas like, you know, living your dream life, living your best life, like whatever, like manifestation, law of attraction, as like hippy dippy or whatever the situation is. But I think it's really important to realize like some people are just not going to understand, and that's okay. And like, actually I found this really good tweet. I'll actually read it for you guys. So there's this tweet that I saw and I retweeted because I really loved it. It says, "The woman you are becoming will cost you people, relationships, spaces, and material things. Choose her over everything." And like, honestly, that's so important to me and so accurate to where I am right now in my life. I do realize that a lot of people don't exactly understand this whole journey that I'm taking, and it kind of seems like, oh, this hippy dippy spiritual idea, but it's like honestly amazing. It's an amazing journey to me. I have felt so much better ever since dedicating my life to being the best version of myself and realizing if I want something, I can get it, and working hard and focusing on what I like and what I love. Like, this whole YouTube thing was honestly so scary for me, but I have literally been so happy since finding YouTube and getting the courage to start putting my videos out there. It has made me so happy. Like, I look forward to filming. I look forward to putting these up and getting feedback and having other people see my videos. Like, it really is exciting for me, and really, like, I don't know, it's like a great hobby and a great feeling, and other people might not necessarily understand that. And so there's just things in life, especially when it comes to like spiritual journeys, that people really want to understand, but you kind of have to stay committed and not let society and other individuals kind of hold you back and make you feel bad about it. Because what I'm doing right now is I'm really trying to be the best version of myself, like for myself and for others as well. Like, I want to be the best version of myself for me, for my friends, for my loved ones, for my family, like above all else for my family, just because they've given me so much and I want to give back to them. And I feel like you can't really do your duty of helping others until you are where you need to be. Like, it's not that simple. Like, obviously I don't believe in real perfection, and you can only start helping people when you're at the point of like, you know, your best self. That's not what I mean. I just mean like, when you feel good about yourself and you feel like you're on the right track and you're doing the right things, you can really help others. And for me, like, I've always believed that, like, you know, helping others is like probably the most important thing in life, like besides love and, you know, that kind of thing. Like, I don't know, that's just something really important to me, and I feel like you have this one life, and there's so many people that are not as fortunate, and for me, it's just like, I want to touch others in any way that I can. I want to inspire others. I want to actually physically help others. I want, you know, so there's so much that I want to do in this world, in this life, and if I'm not at a place where I really feel good about myself, it's really hard to do that. And when I was younger, I always used to feel like so down on myself, thinking, you know, I wasn't who I wanted to be, I couldn't be who I wanted to be. And now that I'm on this journey and I'm really finding myself and kind of realizing, wow, I have like a lot of potential and I can kind of do whatever I want in this world, in this life, with hard work, of course. But once I'm realizing that, I just feel like it's so much better, and I'm in such a better position to help others and you know, do what I want and do what I love. So yeah, that is it for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this, and I really would love feedback down in the comment box below, because I don't know, these are the videos that I really love to make, and I really hope people are inspired or just even feel 1 ounce of positive energy from watching these videos. So I would love to hear feedback, and I'm going to definitely be making more videos like this, because I don't know, this journey has been a really exciting one for me. I guess I'll call it like my spiritual journey, or like, you know, kind of my journey to creating my dream life, I guess. And it's really exciting. I'm 23 years old, and I just feel like the world is my oyster right now, and I'm so passionate and so excited about what I'm doing in my life, and I want to share that with others. And yeah, so that's why I created this video, and I really hope you guys liked it. Thank you so much for watching.